In our previous lesson, we learnt how real-life objects can have properties and actions. Properties are used to describe the object, for example whether it's large or small, but also to store values, such as channel number or volume on a television, for example. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to access and set properties of objects on a computer. For this, we're going to be using a piece of software called Scratch. To access Scratch, we go to the website www.scratch.mit.edu. From here we can sign in to our Scratch account if we have one, or if we haven't, we can create one, or simply click Create to get programming straight away. The Scratch screen is broken up into four main areas. The stage, where our program can be seen to run. The sprite list, which shows all the objects that make up our application. We will use the word sprites now instead of objects. We also have the library of programming blocks, known as the blocks palette, and the scripts area, where we will build our programs. Let's start by exploring our sprites. Whenever we start a new program, it always opens with a single sprite, the cat. We can easily create other sprites by using one of these four buttons here. These allow us to choose a sprite from a library of sprites, paint our own sprite, upload a sprite from a file, or create a sprite from an image taken from our camera. Most of the time we will use the library of sprites, so we'll select that one for now. As you can see, we have a broad range of sprites that are all ready to be used in our programs. To use one, we simply click on it and click OK. As you can see, we now have two sprites listed in our sprite list. If we decide we've made a mistake and we don't want one of our sprites, we simply right-click on it and choose Delete. Once we've added our sprites, we can start to change some of their starting properties. Let's start with Position. To change this, we simply click and drag the sprite to a new position, then let go. As you can see, these coordinates change as well when we move the sprite. We'll learn more about those in future lessons. As well as changing the position property, we can also change the size property. There are two tools for this, the grow and shrink buttons at the top of the screen. To make a sprite larger, we simply select the grow tool, then click on the sprite. Every time we click on it, it gets a little larger. Once we're done, just click in some empty space to turn the grow tool off. Let's try the same with the shrink tool, which as you can see, makes our sprite smaller. The final property we will change is known as the costume. Just like clothes for people, costumes are used to change how a sprite can look. It may be that part of their body is in a different position, such as their legs, or that they're wearing different clothes. To change the costume property of a sprite, we first select the desired sprite from the sprite list, then select the Costumes tab. As you can see, our cat has two costumes for different leg positions. What about our dragon? Well, let's select him and have a look. As you can see, he also has two costumes available, one with a smile and one with an angry fire-breathing face. Some sprites have more than one costume, and some have only one. So as you've seen, sprites, just like real-life objects, can have a range of properties that we can easily change to suit our needs.